friends, it's time for another episode of your Facebook questions answered. This is where Ken will post on Facebook saying, hey, we're going to be taping, and if you have any questions that you want to ask Stephanie that you want her to answer in a video, post your question here and she'll answer it in a video. So that's why I'm here answering them in the video. Okay, so I have the Facebook stuff in front of me, and this is from Denise Ireland. She says, hi Stephanie, I use baby wipes to clean my stamps, which work great, but is there a way to clean the ones I use more often when they get stained? I know it doesn't bother my stamping image, just curious, thanks. Well, in all honesty, I use handy dandy baby wipes from one of our favorite large retailers. Now, this is all I use. I find it works really good. However, some stamps do stain. Let me see if I can find some here. Some inks will stain, like this one is like a little green. I didn't clean it very good, but you can barely tell it's a little green, and it is going to happen. It does not hurt your stamp at all. It does not hurt your final image at all. It's just a little stain, and the reason behind that is because your stamp is a clear polymer, or it starts out as a clear resin and it becomes a clear polymer, and you're adding a dye to it. So when you add a dye to a clear item, it is sometimes going to keep a little tiny bit of that stain on it. It's just kind of like what happens when you add a dye to a clear item. It doesn't hurt the stamp at all. I like to clean my stamps right away. Sometimes that helps. I found that some of the hot pinks will stain a little bit more than any other colors, but it's totally fine. It does not hurt them at all. And this is all I use, literally. This is my favorite. So, but thanks for the question, Denise. Anita Braddock is saying, hi Stephanie, will you come up with any military stamps and dies, Navy, etc.? My husband is retired Navy, and he and I would love to see some of that. Thanks so much, Anita. Anita, that's a great idea. I will add it to our list of, my list of like this long. I should add it to the wall because I have all my list of items that I want to do. A military, especially thank you to the military stamps, that would be a great idea. So we do have a lot of stars though, so you could kind of do the, made in the USA kind of thing with the stars and our alphabet sets to start with, but that's definitely a great idea. Thanks. Patricia wants to know, with summer coming, what is the best way to store ink so they don't dry out in the heat and humidity? I just always store my ink pads. You are so juicy, Lucy, you don't need to store them upside down. I know other brands like you to store them upside down. Mine you don't really need to because that they're really juicy. However, I always make sure you put your lids on any ink pad right away, and that's really for two reasons. One is because I always manage, if I leave the lid off and it's on my desk, I always manage to touch it with my project or with something that I don't want to touch it. So I always cover my ink pads, even if it's just not all the way, halfway like that, just to make sure that it's safe. But so always leave the lids on when you're not in use. And if some of them are drying out, then you can store them upside down so the ink kind of goes to the top of the pad. So that's my best suggestions for those. Let's see, Jennifer, will you please make a stamp set all about doggies? Oh, I have Cookie. That's what Cookie's for. So that's a doggy set. I also have the dog on the Kids to Love stamp set. But yeah, absolutely, I'll add it to the list of we need more doggies. Tina says that Ken messed up and said that these were going to be released in March and not February. Let's see. Jennifer Hadaway wants to know, how do I store my Sizzix framelits? Excellent question. I don't have any handy right here, but the framelits dies are my new fun, wonderful dies that I released quite a few with Sizzix, and I have my own exclusive dies that the Stamps of Life sells that Sizzix has made. They're the nice thin, wafer thin dies. We actually have a new system at Sizzix that can store those, and I have them on order. They will be here hopefully by the time we release this video, because I'm very excited about them, but they're little clear envelopes. They're not exactly fully clear. You'll be able to see through them. I wish I had one to show you. You'll be able to see through them. They're about this big. You can store your stamps and your framelits in them. We're very excited about that. As you know, I work in research and development also at Sizzix. So one day a week I get to go check out and play with all the new products. So it's a lot of fun. But you'll love the envelopes. We will have them on our site soon, so stay tuned because those are coming. But excellent question. One more question and then we'll have to start a new video. I've been looking for your Sizzix stamp and die sets I'm sorry, this is by Judy Miller. Where'd it go? I've been looking for your Sizzix stamp and die sets that are being released this month and will be available in local stores, but haven't found them yet. Will they be at Joann's, Michael's? Can't wait to see them. Judy, I would love to see them at Michael's or Joann's. However, I don't think at this time they've picked the line up. They work about a year ahead of time. So what's in Michael's and Joann's in the big stores, won't be out for quite a while. I did hear a rumor that Hobby Lobby is going to carry some of my Flip It dies, but again, I don't know how far in advance they have to carry them, so that's very exciting. But check online. We'll probably have them on our site eventually. It's just a matter of getting everything organized and figured out, and they're a little confusing because they're the same shapes but different sizes of our current stamps and dies. So it's just kind of fun but kind of different. But they are exciting. I'm very excited about them. So thank you so much for watching this episode of your Facebook Questions Answered. We have more questions, so we will do segment 2. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.